Hey guys, Ryan here. Welcome back to my channel, the Millionaire Entrepreneur Academy. And as you probably know by now, we're all about helping ambitious entrepreneurs like yourself grow and scale your businesses to 7 figures and beyond. Now in today's video, I want to share the 5 secrets that I've used over the years to hire incredible employees for my companies. Now finding and keeping top talent is one of the biggest challenges facing entrepreneurs and business owners today. But get it right and it can transform your business. You know, I've made plenty of hiring mistakes within my time. In the early days of my company, Gemini Parking, I didn't really understand how to recruit properly. I just assumed that as long as someone had the right skills and experience on paper, they'd be a good fit for the role for the company. But boy, was I wrong. I ended up bringing on people that, despite looking good on paper, were totally wrong for the job. Some didn't really have the competency needed for the role. Others were just bad cultural fits who dragged down team morale. And the rest were just in it for the paycheck rather than being truly invested in the company's vision and values. So after losing time, money, and momentum from making the wrong hires, I knew I had to educate myself on how to recruit properly. So I read books, took courses, attended masterminds, spoke to other successful entrepreneurs, and developed a much deeper understanding of not just the recruitment process itself, but also what it takes to build a strong company culture and a compelling mission that attracts top players. And over time, I refined my approach into a proven 5-step formula for hiring credible employees. So this is a simple framework, but one that works incredibly well if followed correctly. So if you're struggling to find and retain good hires for your growing company, then pay close attention, because I'm going to break down each element of my 5-step formula for you here. So let's dive in. So the first secret is to get clarity. So let's get crystal clear on the role that you need to fill. And when I say clarity, I mean really detailed. You know, write out exactly what this person's going to be doing on a day-to-day and what skills and competencies and experience they're going to need in order to crush it within the role. A lot of entrepreneurs just scribble down and bring fake job description, then they just hope for the best. But that's not the way to do it. You're going to need to invest some time up front getting clear on what's truly needed for the position before advertising and interviewing. So I like to start by making a list of the primary responsibilities and duties I need this person to handle. And I get very granular here, like a blow-by-blow account of what the average day or week would look like. Next, I drill down into the key skills and proven experience I want them to have coming into the role. So that's technical expertise, software fluency, years spent doing similar work, that kind of thing. And then I also think about the core competencies and traits that I want them to demonstrate. Stuff like work ethic, organization, communication skills, ability to self-manage, and so on. And once I've mapped all this stuff out in writing, I then have a crystal clear picture of exactly who it is that I'm looking to bring on board, which makes the rest of the hiring process so much smoother. But here's a crucial point many business owners overlook. It's not just about listing qualifications and must-have skills. You also need to be able to capture the culture and environment that this person is going to be stepping into. You know, really paint a vivid picture in the job description so someone can immediately sense if they would thrive in your company or not. Maybe talk about the pace that you move at, you know, how decisions are made, the level of collaboration involved within the team, the fact that perhaps some days are slower and more heads down, while others are more rapid and more focused on problem solving. And so try and communicate the vibe and energy of your team. Perhaps put in information like, you know, the need for self-starters who can own their role. You know, the startup style culture where everyone pitches in beyond their job description. You know, these sort of lines or inserts then allow the right candidates, you know, the ones who are going to slot in perfectly to your team, to immediately recognize the role of company as being a fit for them, whilst wrong fit applicants would automatically self-select themselves out. Which brings me to secret number 2. So now that you're armed with this crystal clear understanding of the role, now you need to write a killer job ad to attract the right candidates. And so most entrepreneurs slap together a generic, boring job post riddled with corporate cliches about fast-paced environments and excellent opportunities for growth. But remember, top talent aren't desperately responding to every job listing out there. So you need to be able to speak directly to them in the copy. You know, like you're having a casual one-on-one conversation with the exact person that you want to hire. So dig deep into their wants, needs, frustrations, and goals. Why may they be looking to make a career change right now? Paint them a vivid picture of why this opportunity is the perfect fit and how they may possibly thrive in that role. So really customize the tone and language to your ideal candidate so it leaps off the page to them. And don't be afraid to let the real culture and vibe of your company shine through. Throw in some humor, inside jokes about the industry, or even a peek behind the curtain of what daily life is like on your team. This makes your business feel more human versus just another faceless corporation posting a job, and allows personal chemistry and values alignment to happen right from the job description stage. Next, you need to showcase the vision, mission, and values that set your company apart. And as I'm sure you know, studies show that today's talent cares more about purpose, culture, and values alignment than a big paycheck. So communicate the deeper why behind your business and where things are heading. Then align that with the difference this person can make in that role. And while you do need to share some basics like pay scale and benefits, don't lead with that stuff. Lead with purpose and the future you envision first. Finally, think about what will make your opportunity stand out from the 10 other job listings someone might see. Maybe you offer more flexibility and control than a corporate gig, or unmatched learning and growth opportunities, or perhaps any other great thing that might be on the table for the right candidate. Whatever it might be, showcase your unique selling proposition. Do all of this right and your job ad will compel the right candidates to apply while repelling the wrong ones away. Now for secret number 3. If someone makes it to the interview stage, that means on paper at least, they seem to be a good fit for the role. But now you need to inspire them to want to join your mission, not just take a job. And that means showing up to the interviews with an utterly compelling vision of where you're taking this company. You see, like I mentioned earlier, studies show that today's talent cares more about purpose, vision, and values alignment than they do a big paycheck, especially high performers, the kind of A players that you're gonna want within your team. They wanna attach themselves to something bigger than just clocking in to collect a wage. So when you're interviewing them, yes, you need to assess their skills, aptitude, and so on, but you also need to sell them on the vision of the company. Walk them through where you're heading over the next 3 or 5 years, the difference you're gonna make in the market, the massive growth that's on the horizon. Then tie that back into the opportunity that this role represents and how the right person could end up leading their own team here one day. In other words, showcase career growth that they wouldn't necessarily find in a stale corporate job. And here's the crucial point. You must believe the vision yourself in order for this to work. You have to communicate it with utter conviction and infectious enthusiasm. They need to see it within your eyes. They need to hear it in your vocal tonality. They have to feel that magnetic pull in their gut, telling them that they need to be a part of this mission. That raw energy and belief in where you're going is what wins top talent over every time. So sharpen your vision. Get clear on the future you're building. Then infuse those interviews with bold ambition, passion, and purpose. All right, so you've put your compelling vision on full display. Now what? So once someone is hooked on a vision, now you need to sell them on the company culture and day-to-day environment. Because whilst the vision and purpose might have initially seduced them, it's the culture that's going to retain them long-term. So you need to give them a crystal clear picture of what it's actually like to work at your company. Bring the values on your wall to life. Showcase the care and support you provide people and explain the freedom and what other incentives you give to top performers. I personally like to share stories that demonstrate our culture in action. Things like, and it could just be simple things like when one of our team members were going through tough personal times. We shifted his targets and deadlines whilst others backed him up with no judgment. Or there was a time when a head of marketing wanted to run her own experiments, so I cleared the decks for her to take full control. And now many of her outside of the box ideas ended up raising our conversion rates. So stories like this kind of allow people to imagine themselves at your company and get excited about the environment that you've built. And here's a mistake that I see many entrepreneurs make, is that in the interview, they sell the culture that they want as opposed to the culture that they have right now. So don't fall into that trap. Be honest about exactly where your culture is along the journey, or painting a clear picture of where it is heading. So level with people about the growing pains or getting to the next level. The fires that still need putting out along the way, and the reality of scaling up, but then pose that against the vision you've painted earlier so that they can fully grasp the scale of the opportunity and their chance to shape that culture. Now, this is a balance of honesty and ambition. Yeah, and it's compelling for A players with the skills to help you take you where you want to be headed. Finally, secret number 5, offer equity. Now, this last step won't necessarily apply to all of you, but for those of you playing the long game or building your company towards an exit or at least a scale, equity should be a part of your hiring strategy. Because while vision and culture are extremely attractive, offering ownership stake closes the deal with those elusive A players, especially the ones that you likely couldn't yet afford on salary alone. Because you see, up until now, you've been selling the opportunity and the environment, but to land top performers, they're gonna need skin in the game. Otherwise, all your talk of growth and the future might ring hollow to someone who's been courted by other firms. But when you back up your ambitious words with equity, you better believe that people are gonna start taking notice. It communicates belief in your own trajectory and gives this person a vested interest in helping you build towards that shared vision that you painted. And some roles may not necessarily warrant it, so you have to be strategic behind this. However, when you're trying to hook true A players, even just a 1 to 5% ownership can make them seriously consider joining your mission, especially if you demonstrate a path to great equity gains tied to certain growth milestones down the line. And this turns you from just another company offering a job into an exciting startup that they have a stake in, breaking through to the next level in the coming years. And that possibility, that taste of ownership and upside, is often what seals the deal with people who have the skills to transform your organization. So there you have it, the 5 secrets that I've used to hire top shelf employees to help me scale multiple businesses. And so to quickly recap, get crystal clear on the role, write a killer and customized job ad, sell them on your vision, showcase your actual company culture, and offer them equity. Now guys, I want to hear from you. What's been your biggest struggle with finding and retaining great employees? And what other hiring best practices have also worked for you? So let me know in the comment section below. And if you haven't already, make sure you like and subscribe, hitting the notification bell to stay up to date with our latest video releases. Thank you for watching today, guys. I hope this video gave you a clear blueprint on how to up-level your hiring practices. As always, it's been a pleasure, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.